It's a very good morning to all from the Toronto Cricket Club for the final of the ICC Trophy. The two teams today, the Netherlands against underdogs Namibia. They've surprised everybody coming from the second division, but they're playing very good cricket and could cause an upset. The pitch, as always, creates a lot of interest, and tell you all about it is Sanjay Mandraker.
Fittingly, a brand new pitch for the finals. I like this pitch purely because it looks so good. Can see a lot more preparation gone into it. It's hardly been used, and that's why I think this will play the best so far in the tournaments. It is also a very hard pitch, but mind you, still dry. Fair sprinkling of grass, but dry grass. And again, I think if I win the toss, I'll be looking to bat first on this pitch, but I'll make sure that I put up a big total because it can be chased.
In one-day games, the toss, of course, is vital. The captains have varying views on what to do. With them is Robin Jackman.
Out in the middle then with the two captains and the match referee John Reid, former captain of New Zealand, who will toss the coin. And it'll be the Netherlands who'll call. Biggest coin I've ever seen. It's a tail. So Namibia win the toss. So it's you I'm going to speak to first, Danny, if I may. Are you happy about that, and what are you going to do?
We'll have a bat. Very happy about the toss. It looks like a very good one-day track, so we're going to try and get the runs on the board. Put them under pressure from the word go.
Okay, you guys have come a long way, further than perhaps you first thought. This is the big one.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good if we don't finish it off now. So yeah, we're gonna give it all.
Okay, good luck. Play good cricket. Roland Lefebvre from the Netherlands, of ICC Trophy cricket. His fifth, isn't it?
My fifth, Robin, and I'm sure it's going to be my last.
Would you like to have won the toss?
I would have loved to win the toss, and we would have batted as well. But we have a strong side, and I'm sure we can chase any total.
Okay. I heard that you have a little bit of an injury. Is that serious to you?
Yes, I mean, I won't be opening the bowling, but I will slot in a few overs here and there and see how it goes. But we've got enough backup bowlers. We've got a very, very strong and varied attack. So I'm sure that even without me, they do a fine job.
Okay, good luck. Play well.
Thank you, Robin.
So that's the news then from the middle. Namibia have won the toss, and they've elected to bat.
Two strong teams. Rian Walters, he played well in the last game, and Danny Kilda, he got 100. Not much experience for Namibia, though, and plenty for the Netherlands. 5 of them, in fact, have played in the 1996 World Cup. All in readiness now. 2 umpires in position. Umpire Eddie Nichols and Rudy Kutsen.
Hardly a cloud in the sky. It's the big game. Not for the qualifying, but just who will lift the trophy. Rian Walters is the man on strike, age 20. A lot of young men in the Namibian team. And the man in form is at the non-striker's end.
Let's play.
Kilda. But for the moment, Asim Khan has the new ball in his hand.
And he starts with a wide, so a little bit of nerves just creeping in. Yeah, Danny Kilda was in form, but Rian Walters, he was the man that got Namibia moving in the last game against Scotland. Played quite beautifully for his 40-odd. Fine stroke player. Bit of a nervous start. First runs. Nicely guided through there. We saw that on quite a few occasions from Rian Walters. Not trying to hit it too hard. What a way to get off the mark. Very solid looking shot. Let the ball come on. Good placement.
And the weight nicely forward. That was the key of getting that power behind the shot. Just a push. And it's the weight of the batsman that was really going into the shot that got the ball going. And the pitch showing early signs. That's a good one.
And that's a lovely shot. He lined the first one up, the second one he hasn't missed out. And the key for Walters is the placement.
We've seen a few batsmen with the new ball getting out driving in the covers, and the reason was the wickets that we've seen so far in the tournament have been slower, but this one looks a belter. This was further pitched up. It was more on top of the ball. This one again, it's a beautiful position that he gets into, Walters. Just have a look at this. This will give you a better view. Everything going behind the shot, the follow-through of the bat as well. Good start. These 7 runs on the board. Just the 3 balls bowled yet. Namibia coming into this match with a great win in their last match. They'll be high on confidence.
And he's gone, and a wicket. That's a huge wicket, playing right across the line. One of the danger men from Namibia, Rian Walters, is gone.
Well, 2 great shots followed up by a very ordinary shot. It's the line that deceived him. This ball was pitched on middle, and it came in ever so slightly. Played across, and the stumps shattered. Rian Walters gone for 6, 7 for 1.
JB Berger is the man who's coming at number 3, only age 20, so not a lot of experience. He also played pretty well, got into the 30s, then got himself out, but he's got a big job on his hands here, averaging 22. No real big scores. You want to change that today. And that's an edge first. Just a little edge and almost crept through, kept very low.
It does seem the ball Asim Khan, and that's what did the last man out. Rian Walters was the man dismissed. But having a look at this again, JB Berger getting another good seaming delivery. This is the first wicket that fell, playing all over it.
Very eventful over, 7 for 1. Single, and the run out occurs. And he's away now, just straying on the leg stump. About the very first delivery that's done that. Asim Khan is a little bit nervous about it when it came down to him. It's not the best of outfields. You see him just slanting it down the leg side, helped on its way, and bobbled just a little bit. Danny Kilda, he's had a very good tournament. 84, 104, but he's just off the mark with a big job to do. Second highest scorer in the tournament. Another very, very good over, just a single, 8 for 1. Some nerves from Namibia. It's going to take all the skill of their captain Kilda to guide them to a good total here. That's a good looking shot and well cut off. Van Troost got across. They're looking for it too. And Mid-off had set off just chasing it in case and parried it down and looking for 2, but it was never on.
Dry wickets, and the runs also have been dried up by the Dutch, and that's one of the reasons the captain was so keen to go for the second.
And a bit of width, but he can't put it away. Esmayer is at backward point, obviously a very lively fielder.
It's a good thing he didn't come in too much, that was hit hard. And he's just about maybe 4 yards inside the 30-yard circle. It's a good anticipation.
Soft hands, he can't get a single. It's a good start. And there's the width. And that's the first opportunity. Could it be the first boundary? No, beautifully fielded. De Leerde, and a good throw as well on the bounce. Tim De Leerde had lots to do. It's not an easy outfield. Excellent fielding.
You don't see this happen often. Normally you see the slide of the batsman, the fielder reaching out with the hands. It was all leg work. There is some football talent in the country coming to good use in this game. Maybe doesn't have a great arm.
And that's the one he's whipped. Pretty good shot. It's going to go all the way. That's the boundary they were seeking, the first one. Slow start for Namibia. They've already lost a wicket, that of Rian Walters. Some repair work to be done. And that's a better looking shot. He'll have to hurry though. He'd given it up. And I don't know why there wasn't anybody at the stumps. They had a little bit of time to get there. Esmayer very quick across the ground. It should have been a run out.
Being a left-hander, that helped. He got his weight behind the throw. Captain had given up. Brilliant fielding again. This man is outstanding in the field and rightly placed at that point region. Direct hit would have got
and he's gone down the ground. I don't think he's timed it as he would have liked. Roland Lefebvre's in pursuit. He's going to pull it in just in front of the boundary, and there could be overthrows. Poor cricket, that. He should be behind the stumps and try and take it on the full. It was a good throw all the way. The bowler had fault.
Well, the captain at the toss said that this would be his last World Cup, the one that he would play in South Africa, but seems to be fit to go on and on. He was quick on the outfield with the chase and a direct hit, setting the right example.
Walker has got 8 wickets already in this competition, as has Asim Khan. Straight down the ground. They won't stop this one. It's much better timing. That's the place to go.
Well, Asim Khan should have sensed that the batsman was looking especially for this shot. He was looking for the ball to be pitched up, and that's exactly what the bowler did. Pitched it up, not much pace, and didn't find too much movement in the air.
Villains. That's a good shot. That's 4. Very quick outfield, smallish ground. And the Namibian captain, right off 100 against Scotland, eases into this beautifully.
Well, Daniel Calder getting immediately into it. First boundary off of this bowler, Sebastian Hocker. So he's been very, very tight, but this one short and punched through extra cover nicely. Big, strong man is the Namibian captain.
Left. Comfortable single. Over the top again. This is good cricket now from Namibia.
I mean, they've heard me because they're starting to accelerate immediately. That one was pitched up.
Kocher looks as if he's left the field for some treatment on his back. You can actually, from our elevated area, can see that. But a reasonable tournament so far for Van Troost, 11 wickets.
Very tall man as Luke Van Troost.
Ooh, it's nicely bowled across the right hand. A loose shot really, in as much as it wasn't convincing as to what Darnie Kilder was doing there. Was he trying to hit it for 4? I don't think so. Was he trying to run it to third man? I don't think so. He might be asking himself the question, what was I doing there? Defensive shot at a wide ball. Waste of time.
Called a nibbler.
Outside edge, gone through the slip area and will run away for 4. End of the over. 43 for 1. Asim Khan to continue. Good shot. What an excellent shot. Just stood there and hit through the line for maximum.
The 50 comes up with this shot. Now J.B. Berger gets onto this one, and you could see the definite plan of hitting it over the top. And he stood up there recognizing that he would go right over, long off.
On the ground, so now Asim Khan has got to be a little bit more disciplined in terms of his line. He can't afford to bowl leg stump with a fine leg up. Well, he has 2 and it's gone for 4. There you go. Oh, well, isn't that extraordinary? 50 partnership, and a very good partnership it's been. There's won a ball down the ground. We'll have to hurry here. Well, I don't know how wise a run that was. Didn't realise where the deflection went straight to a fielder, and the man backing up did what all good fielders should do, get your body behind it. It's just about gone through him. Straight in the chest it's hit him.
Well, Klaas van Noordwijk doing a good piece of fielding here. May have tried to hit it too quickly, and now even the aim just deceived him a little bit, but then it hit straight into the stomach of Ahmed Zulfikar, who is still down and now up. And now that's into the solar plexus, a left jab.
In 16, and Roland Lefebvre, right arm medium fast, the most experienced bowler in the Netherlands team, forced into the attack now, carrying a groin injury, but I've seen him bowl on one leg before. And a wicket first ball, dead straight. The mistake that J.B. Berger made was being forced onto the back foot to a fairly full delivery from the medium pacer. And the captain strikes right away.
I was impressed by his economy rate, but this you couldn't fault at all. That would have hit middle and leg, playing across the line is J.B. Berger, and once you miss that, you're dead. I don't think the umpire had any problem at all there. Rudy Kurt's thing, easy one for him. He's gone for 38. It's 61 for 2.
So 61 for 2. Namibia, and the new man at the crease, Gavin Murgatroyd. And the new men behind the microphone for the first time this morning, James Whittaker. He's with Barry Richards.
Thank you, Robin. Big blow. That would have been Namibia. Had one in the first over and got somebody out. Rion Walters was back in the pavilion, and then there was a good partnership just starting to shape the game. And the Dutch captain has struck. Still a pretty good batting wicket, though. 250, James?
Good toss to win by Dani Kilda from Namibia. The wicket will be fairly constant, I would imagine, for the first innings, and then start to get a little bit slower. And then towards the end, from the 40th over onwards, he really gave the ball a wallop.
Beautiful fielding, and this could be close. Esmayer again at backward point. He's been on the ball from the very beginning.
One of the most critical fielding positions on the park is the position just backward of point, and Esmayer pulls out a fantastic stop.
And he's just chipped it straight in the air, and he couldn't have placed it better. Can you believe it? He can't. Luck going with the batsman.
Barry Richards had just been talking about the lack of pace in this wicket, and again it is emphasised with the shot from the captain, Dani Kilda, where he's just caught in two minds.
The young, enthusiastic side, 250 could be a very tough ask for somebody.
So exactly the sort of wicket that you need some wickets in hand towards the end, the last 10 overs, to accumulate the runs, to push the asking rate up for the opposition.
Looking for 2 here, and they're going to come. Well, he's scurrying in the end. Eddie Nichols said he was home, and he was in a very good position. Roland Lefebvre, he was quick, but just not quite quick enough.
1 minute he's bowling down at the Wilson Avenue end, the next minute fielding down at the City end and doing a very good job. Fine example for the rest of his team of how to hit the wickets.
There's his record. The economy very good, just over 3. Anything under 4 is deemed as excellent. Here's his first delivery. And he's going to hurry. Now, Eddie Nichols asks this time. Last time he was in a good position. And he didn't bother. This time it's got a lot closer. And the captain was coasting. Will he pay the penalty?
Well, this man is astonishing. Bowling 1 minute, fielding excellently the next minute. 3 stumps to aim at, and I believe that's out. Umpire Eddie Nichols was quite right to call for the third umpire, Darryl Hare, sitting in the hutch. And it looks as though any second now that, yes, that will be a red light. He's gone. Joy for Holland.
And that's a real problem for Namibia because he's used up so many deliveries. 63 deliveries, got himself run out. Not for the first time in this competition, just a little bit slow off the mark. And that's the third wicket down, 79 for 3. Run out for the captain, Donnie Kilda. The new batsman is Dion Kotza. And the new commentators, Robin Jackman, Sanjay Mandraker.
Thanks, Barry. Here we go again. Rather coasting. It looks very close there, doesn't it? Looks like it. He's in, but trapped by the camera. It was close, just a couple of inches out. But as Barry Richards was alluding to before the change in commentary, 24 runs from 63 deliveries is fine, so long as you do what he managed the other day, which was to go through and finish up with 100. But if you get out, which there's always a chance of doing, obviously, then it's all been rather a waste. It sets the innings back a little bit more. Good accurate throw from Lefevre. 80 for 3 in 24 overs, Namibia. It's been a strange old bunch of 8s. 3 8s of 24, just 19 runs from the first 8 overs. 42 from the next 8. And 19 from the third. Jacob Jan Eschmeyer. 13 wickets in the series so far, and I like the very first delivery I see.
And the captain has given all kind of support that a spinner needs. He's got 7 men inside the circle for the left arm spinner.
Oh, nasty bounce. It looked like lazy fielding, but I think we'll find that he got a bit of an ugly bounce there, Roger Bradley.
4 men inside the 30-yard circle, which meant that if you find the gap, so that's an impressive bowling card.
Oh, very good fielding. We've seen what a good fielder this young man is at backward point. And now displaying it off his own bowling. He's so quick. Over 4 or 5 yards. Great fielding. Good strike. Something had to happen, but he just lost the line a fraction, did the leader, and was punished.
Credit to the batsman for picking the right line to play an attacking shot, just drifting on the pads. And there was no one there behind on the leg side. But that must have been a huge relief for Kotza.
Fouled Bacchus, standing up. And to his left, your right, Emerson Trotman, the Netherlands coach. Both West Indian cricketers in the 70s and 80s. Trotman from Barbados. And fouled Bacchus from Guyana. That's worked away well on the onside. Very well timed. Good shot from Gavin Murgatroyd.
That's one of his weaknesses, Tim Delaney. Tends to stray down the leg side, and both batsmen, Kotza and this time Murgatroyd, hoiking over on the leg side for some useful runs. And that brings up the 100 for Namibia with some work.
Determined not to bowl it close to the pads again, and that's one just a little bit wide. gets away with it.
Just one really good over for the Namibians. Number 15, but the rest have been there or thereabouts. 5, 4, good.
That's swatted away, and that's not great bowling. He had his man on toast, especially with that one that really spun, and he's bowled a half-tracker, paid the penalty.
Well, this was put away nicely, I think. Kevin Murgatroyd giving this one all he could. Much, much too short here by JJ Ismaya. So Gavin Murgatroyd now, 50 balls he's taken to get to 27, but he needs to be speeding up a little bit now. There may be a need to be accelerating from here on in. This time against Holland, maybe because it's a final, they're a little bit slower. The captain is back on, Roland Lefebvre. 4 overs, 1 for 9. That wicket coming in his very first ball. So injured, but still productive.
Just 4 inside the circle, 2 on the offside, 2 on the leg side. Plenty of boundary riders. And looking for 2, and they should go. Plenty of time. Shouldn't have been any doubt whatsoever, and that's what they've got to do, put pressure on the fielders.
It is a nice return for somebody who's been around for a while. Bowled it in, I suppose.
There he goes, he's helped it on its way. Just a couple of bounces, and Eddie Nichols has got the arm up, signalling 4, so they need more of those. Attempted slower ball, didn't work.
Gavin Murgatroyd, I think this was premeditated, playing completely across the line. He's done this a couple of times in the last over, but this time he gets a good purchase. And he knows he's hit a very useful boundary at this time. Now maybe now starting to get hold of these middle overs. The strike rate goes up now into the 60s. It was just 55 2 or 3 deliveries ago.
And just on the bounce, oh, unlucky. Well, that just shows you the sort of outfield that it is. A little bit bumpy, not the fielder's fault. Murgatroyd is the beneficiary. Right, smile. Nothing he could do.
The man out there is class Jan van Noordwijk. Now look at this, unfair. He had to be another 2, maybe 2.5 feet tall to really pick that from Dion Kutzer. Couldn't get it.
And that's beautifully struck away. This will go all the way. No one had mid-wicket, and just straying down the leg side. The captain's disappointed with himself. He knows he's bowled a poor delivery, and Gavin Murgatroyd hasn't missed out.
But Gavin Murgatroyd, the short of these 2 batsmen, perhaps because of that he could get on it a little bit more and hit it over the top of mid-wicket. Bad delivery, bad length, bad line, and even the quick-footed J.J. Asmaya could not get around there. 4 nice runs for Namibia. That was the first boundary that the captain has conceded. So Namibia now starting to push a little bit. They have to do exactly this until they get to over number 42. If this pair could do that, then the slug could be on at the end.
And over the top this time, that's a good-looking shot. The last one was very good. This one's excellent, even better. 2 fours off the captain, and he hadn't conceded a boundary up until then. Excellent shot.
Well, look at that. This one again premeditated, a little bit of a step by the batsman. And again, because he's a little bit short, he gets on it, and the man at mid-off didn't have a chance. So 2 big fours for Namibia. And that brings...
And Van Drooster's back in the attack.
6 overs for 19. I'll take that anytime. Anything less than 4 runs per over, you are in genius category in one-day internationals.
He's got that nice and fine. Quite a small boundary, and also the ball running very, very quickly. This outfielder's got a lot quicker over the last week or so.
dry conditions. The wind just picking up a bit. But really, the clouds, those cumulus, way in the distance and very high.
50 for Gavin Murgatroyd. His second of the tournament. He'll be pleased with that, but it's time to accelerate. His job's only half done. If they're going to win this game, Namibia, he's got to try and turn that 50 into 100. 7 fours. Strike rate going up all the time.
Yes, I think that now he's gotten to 50, he's going to have to understand that he's going to have to continue for another 5, 7 overs or thereabouts. Good effort, though.
That's good bowling. Just ran the fingers across. He's bowling like fast left-arm spinners. He's just getting the fingers to roll around the seam.
Very tall man. I think he's actually foxing the batsman with his height. He's not altogether sure about the length he's bowling at.
And again, just not reading the line at all, Dion Kotze. You've got to allow for a little bit of the angle. You see the left armer bowling from not wide of the crease, but he's creating an angle from where he bowls from, and you've got to allow from that. He's just going straight down the line, and that's why he keeps missing it. It's only because of the angle. Yeah, well, he's got triumvirate there. 3 out of 3. Trifecta.
Interesting, you know, Barry, if a bowler bowls, I think, at about 60 miles per hour, the batsman only has 2/3 of a second to make all those thoughts come together to make a shot.
And again, that's very well bowled. That's the slower delivery. Completely outfoxed him. And a good over. 139 for 3. Could still be interesting. Over 200 is always a good score. It's a psychological barrier that you've got to get over. In the air and gone. Slowness of the wicket. Not a convincing catch, but he's managed to pouch it. And Murgatroyd, after getting to 50, departs.
Well, Azim Khan would probably not get an easier catch, but this is a very important catch for Holland because the batsman was just going, Gavin Murgatroyd over the top. He's done it a couple of times, but this time he's not made it. He's gotten 50. It's 139 for 4.
Melk van Schoor is the new batsman. And immediately off the mark. This is going to be an interesting half an hour. And to take you through, James Whittaker's with Robin Jackman.
Thank you, Barry. 140 for 4. Melk van Schoor at the crease, and this is why Gavin Murgatroyd hold out to mid-wicket. Asim Khan, the catcher.
Good economy rate of 4.5.
Searching for the block hole again, and good running. If they both get in, well, they wouldn't have done. So it's actually shocking running, but they got in.
One of the best fielders on the park for the Netherlands, Esmeyer, down at deep square leg, returns quickly, and had Azim Khan been in position.
Runs. That's a good strike down the ground. Will it carry? Yes, it does. So, although middled, it's the captain who gets under it. Roland Lefebvre, and another wicket goes down.
Well, the captain's all over the place. If he's not taking wickets, he's catching catches, and if he's not catching catches, he's being run out. On this occasion, a fine catch running in from deep long off, and he's supporting Luke van Troos exceedingly well. And Dion Kurtzer goes for 28. It's 157 for 5.
New man, Louis Berger, the non-striker's end, because the two batsmen crossed. No relation to JB. Average of 54 in the tournament. 41 not out his best. And a strike rate of 81, so look out. stroked away by Van Schoor. Ringberger on strike. Squirted down onto the outside edge. And well fielded in the end, but good opportunist running. So, fourth.
But so far, no evidence.
There's a big appeal here, and Rudy Kutzer is just going to have a look. It's the end of the over at 167 for either 5 or 6. So I think this is a precautionary measure more than anything else. Oh, wait a minute, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. Well, certainly did the right thing in calling for it. Is the foot down? Is what Darrell Hare will be asking himself. It looks as if it probably is there. It looks like the toes just hit the ground and then a bit more of the foot goes down. Toe there. It's tight. I think he's got to give the batsman the benefit.
Finished with 10 overs, no
would be
maybes,
my humble
1
opinion.
for 29.
But it's a wonderful bit of work from the keeper. He can't get closer than this. I think he's got to say safe. The laws of cricket say, if in doubt, the batsman gets it, much to the chagrin of us bowlers. But I think he's got to give him... Well, he hasn't. He's given him the red light. Very, very tight decision, that, from umpire Darrell Hare. So Louis Berger goes for 3, and Namibia lose their 6th wicket at 167. So Lenny Lowe, the Namibian player coach, makes his way to the crease and into the commentary box. Sanjay Mandraker and Barry Richards to take you through to the end of the innings.
Thank you, Robin. Just 4 balls, 4 overs, beg your pardon. 26 will be the target. They've been pretty slick in the field. And the keeper too has been very, very good. This is neat work. His foot is well out of the crease there. He's got a little way to go though, and the batsman realizes, now that is a tough call. Very, very tough. Now, is that bailed off? Too much doubt for me, but umpire Darrell Hare, he's got x-ray eyes. He's decided it's out the overs, and that's also very important. But 3.6 has been pretty much where they've been all day. There's the heave-o. Oh, and the bounce, didn't spot it initially off the bat. He wasn't sure how fast it was coming, and then didn't get the body behind it. A real bonus.
Van Notwick, the fielder at the long on boundary, he was a little concerned that the batsmen were going and thinking of the second. That really got him into a very bad position. Overran. Forget the bounce, he just overran on that one.
There he goes on the slog again. He's got it between the fielders and just the one bounce. So Lenny Lowe, he knows what he's got to do.
The coach showing the students how to do it. They had to get those big ones going. It's not gone all the way, but not hit too many in the air. Now's the time. The coach showing the way.
Oh, that's got to be very close. And Eddie Nichols says, you're out. Kept low. Moved across the crease, and Lenny Lowe is on his way.
We saw Fan Roy reaping rich dividends by bowling this line, exactly what Tim Delaney has done here. Keep it straight, batsman slogging, was nowhere close to the ball. There was at least a foot and a half of gap between bat and ball, and one of the easier decisions that he had to give. Nichols, Lenny Lowe gone for 10, 182 for 7.
Burton Van Roy was the real hero against Scotland, but that was with the ball. What can he do with the bat? Age just 19. Bit of a change from Lenny Lowe, who's 42. He hasn't had much of a chance. He has to get a healthy edge, and he's going to pass his best score.
Lukey.
He's looking for a single. He's well out of his crease. One over remaining. Can they get to 200? Tim DeLader, he's got the responsibility. And that's beautifully bowled. There's nothing that Burton Van Roy can do with that. He did the best he could, and that's get a single.
And it's still not bad batting by Van Roy. Had he tried to slog this one, middle stump would have gone for a walk, but he's decided to come down on the ball, and he's given the senior partner the strike. Still in the hunt for that 200 total.
And again, set himself up for the big one. It's not that kind of wicket though, it's just coming on. This is where the inexperience of Namibia and the experience of Holland is coming in. They know how to mix up the pace. Makes it very hard to slog the ball, not providing them with any pace at all. And he's hit this one, it's going to be on the bounce. 3 balls, 3 singles, good bowling.
Van Notwijk would be quite happy that the ball has bounced as he would have expected, just about that height. He had a terrible bounce a little while earlier. It went for 4 over his head by about 3 feet. Good over continues for Lady.
They need a boundary. The 4 men in the circle are right back, and that shows a bit of experience creeping in. They're not trying to cut off the single, they're quite prepared to concede that. They don't want to concede a boundary. Chasing less than 200, they'll back themselves. And that's the big one. It's in the air, could be out, and is. So Burton Van Roy dies in the attempt to try and accelerate the scoring.
Roger Bradley is the man who's being tested on the mid-wicket boundary. He had to give it the go. Van Roy, he wasn't strong enough, and the ball does get a little soft on you in these stages. So there you have Van Roy gone for 5, the score 194 for 8.
Unlucky to get a ball. And smashed that away. On the bounce, they're going to take on the arm. For the very first time, he's given him. Well, there we go. Brilliant piece of work from the keeper. It wasn't a great throw. It was very quick, but it was a long way from the stumps. He had a lot of ground to make up. And Salter, what's this take? That's a rocket arm. It's very, very good take, but he's got a long way to go here and a lot to do. And look at that. Brilliantly done, and not running the bat in, trying to put it over the line, and they've lost their ninth. 194 for 9.
Innings closes on 194 for 9.
So fan score gone for 25, and the Namibians failing to read that score of 200.
No one went on with it, and no partnerships of any note, and that's why Namibia have paid the penalty of not getting over 200. 195 for 9. It's one of those iffy scores. They've only got themselves to blame. So many batsmen got in and didn't go on with it. Overtroyd, I think, was the standout. Played 1 or 2 very handsome shots. Compact young player, hit straight down the ground. Berger too, hit 1 glorious 6 straight over the sight screen. Really, perhaps the running between the wickets not quite as sharp as it should be, and no one going on with it.
And to be fair to the batsmen, the bowling was spot on. They didn't get too many loose deliveries, and Kilder's dismissal, I think, was the key. Well, Rian Walters opened the innings. Played some handsome shots to begin the innings, and then this happened. A very ordinary shot. Azim Khan picking up that first wicket.
JP Berger. That was a first ball from Roland Lefebvre, the Dutch captain. Trapped him on the crease. And we had Kilda. What's this? Just a little bit casual in the running. Dead eye from the captain again. He was in all the action. Called for the third umpire. Out. Just out. Inch or two. It's just a little casual and setting off. And Gavin Murgatroyd, who played very well for his 50, he just chipped one straight to mid-wicket. And that was a big wicket. 139, looking to accelerate when he got himself out. One in the air, Dion Kotze, again not quite getting enough of the bat on it. Nice gentle catch in the outfield. And Louis Berger, this was, well, perhaps just a tad unlucky. Given out, caught by the stumped by the third umpire. He's on his way. And then Lenny Lowe, looking to accelerate the scoring, got right in front of his stumps. There's no decision really for Eddie Nichols. That was an easy one for him. Ball kept just a tad low. Burton van Roy just died in the attempt to try and accelerate the scoring again. A nice comfortable catch in the outfield. The catching was good. Fielding perhaps not as good as they would like. Mind you, it's not an easy outfield. And then the final delivery. Just chipped in the air. All out for 194. There's the bowling. They're all chipped in.
Hocker had a bit of an injury problem, just the 5 overs for him, but the rest of them completing their 10 overs, the main bowlers, and all at around the economy rate of 4, and a couple of them brilliant in the 2s. Ismail as well with his left arm spin right there at the bottom was impressive. So overall, a happy bowling card for Netherlands.
Southern's having to score a little more than they had to last time, and about to start their innings. Van Oostrom will receive the first ball, and Zulfikar at the non-striker's end. First up with ball in hand. Bjorn Scholz, one of the 2 Scholz brothers representing Namibia. I beg your pardon, Kotze, Bjorn Kotze. One of the 2 Kotze brothers representing Namibia. Delete Scholz. Here comes Kotze. Well, that rushed through. A little on the short side, but it certainly was a bit too quick for the batsman.
Look at that, Jackers. Yes, this was a quick enough delivery. A little bit of bounce. Van Oostrom trying to pull across the line. Very first delivery. That one did bounce a little bit. It's a brand new ball. Well, -1 delivery now. Languid kind of run up and a little bit of effort into the delivery. That's going to be wide. And it's indeed, it's going to be, actually it's just clipped the pad. So it's going to be 4 leg byes, 4 wides. It just goes down just as extras and not to the bowlers. That's a little bit of a fortune, I think, for the bowler. Yes, there it is. Just clips the tight pad. The wicketkeeper didn't have a chance.
Big appeal, big stride in though. So no doubt the umpire will take that into consideration. Good running. Kotze. Well, give a man a little bit of width and he'll make the most of it. And that's precisely what Ahmed Zulfikar did then.
Ahmed Zulfikar is a very small man, but if he pitches wide and short, anybody worth his salt is going to do exactly this. Even if it hits the edge, it will go over slip towards the third man boundary. That didn't hit the edge at all.
Oh, brilliantly caught. Brilliantly caught. Murgatroyd, the man, Gavin Murgatroyd, at short square leg there. A bit of a bonus wicket one way and another. A long half volley leg stump, nicely clipped away, but one error, didn't keep it on the ground. The first wicket goes down.
South Africa, I think, a little bit disappointed that it took a long time before he actually moved away. He's gone for 6 shots from 7 balls. It's 12 for 1.
Well, a big appeal, and Eddie Nichols says that's out. Roger Bradley just arrived at the crease, and that looked pretty straight to me. Hit him on the shin bone. And Namibia burst into flames. Look at this. Little bit of in-swing. Fair decision. Right on the shin bone. On the line of off stump. That's going nowhere but onto the stumps. Bradley out first ball. 12 for 2. 31 years of age. 77 runs so far in the tournament on a hat-trick. Well, a big appeal. What's Eddie Nichols going to do? What fun.
Well, a wry smile from Eddie Nichols, but I actually think that Van Noordwijk actually hit this.
Well, wait, yes. I don't know that there was such a great call. He's got in the end because it took Burton van Rooij a little bit of a time to sort of regain the ball, but he's called wait and then yes before it's got past him. The wait calls as he hits it, then he calls yes about now, and then he stops it. And had he just picked it up a little bit quicker, there could have been some problems. As it was tight.
Just wait to see whether that's off the pad or whether it's off the bat. It's off the bat, says Eddie Nichols, so 4 to end the over with. 24 for 2. Oh, lovely shot. He's been struggling a bit with his timing, but that is the best shot we've seen all day.
First score of the day for Van Oosterom. And a beautiful shot it was too. Absolutely immaculate in the drive all the way along the turf.
He's down the wicket, making his own little bit of length. Didn't quite time it. They're looking for 2, but they won't get it. First sign of aggression down the wicket to the medium pacer. John, just give Van Vuuren something to think about.
Noordwijk advancing down the track. Walters, pretty good effort in the end.
Frustrating kind of wicket because it's not coming on. Into the ground. A few of the Dutch fans, see by the colours, give us away. That's a beautiful shot. He's racing away. Kotze does well. I think he's gone. Brilliant fielding, absolutely brilliant. Dion Kotze has made 30 yards to his right and then let it go like a rocket.
The fielder was Bjorn Kotze.
Van Oosterom really had the head down, but you won't see a better piece of fielding than this. He even slipped and still managed. Good position, great throw.
Brilliant throw for someone who's bowled 6 overs so far. He's still alive down there at third man. What a brilliant piece of fielding. Van Oosterom goes for 13. The Dutch are in trouble, 32 for 3.
He's had some experience, Tim de Leijden, and he'll need all of that to rescue the Netherlands. Averaging all that much. He's there because of this. It's a brilliant piece of fielding. It really is.
Bjorn Kotzer down at wide third man makes absolutely brilliant ground. Picks up, slight hesitation, straight over the top. And Van Score, in one sweep, the bails are off. Brilliant bit of fielding. Interesting running between the wickets, and Rudy Kurtzen from South Africa, no hesitation.
Look at the reaction, the delight. Oh, what a way to greet the new batsman. What happened there? We've got a new batsman at the crease. He's very nervous. They're 3 down for 30. And he pops out with one of these. Just about the worst ball he's bowled in the whole tournament. Good piece of keeping too. And wasn't he enthusiastic about that? Well, he might be too. The great celebrations all round when they beat Scotland. Very tight game. Smashed away. A beauty.
I've always wondered that I believe Burton could bowl with his fine leg up, so giving him some cover on the cover point boundary. I've only got one single, and that being the case, but nonetheless, Nonvake adds 4 to the total back on the boundary, but deciding to keep the pressure on.
And that's good thinking. Something that the men from Southern Africa didn't do. Soft hands, just let the ball hit the bat. If they're both wide awake, you can get the single.
Come on, boys.
Very well played. Soft hands, half pad, half bat, into the covers, scampered single. Well played.
And there'll be runs here. Oh, Murgatroyd really didn't put in the big effort there. I think he threatened to slide for a minute and just couldn't work up the confidence to do it.
They've got 50 earlier in the day. Just perhaps has run out a bit of a gas.
Just escorted it, didn't he? It looked like he's on a treadmill. Over the top. Just slightly fuller. Deleda puts it away. 45, 46 in fact for 3.
Wickets are. There's 3 early ones. Just a cut away, but it should only be 1, and is. Namibia have been a different prospect in the field today compared with their performance against Scotland by their own admission. Talking to 1 or 2 of them yesterday, including their player coach, Lenny Lowe, he described their fielding as dreadful by the high standards that they set. End of the over. 48 for 3. The Wimbledon champion Goran Ivanisevic to help them out with cricket. You can teach people to bowl as fast as he serves. That's a slower ball, and good thinking from the Netherlands. Just pushed away and a quick single taken. Lenny Lowe to continue. From the Ridley Street end. To Deleda. Back in the seat now next to me, Sandre Mandraker. The Netherlands are just beginning to ask quite a lot of themselves. The asking rate now exactly 5 runs and over. Good shot. 51.
Pitch right up and bit of width as well. Would have ideally liked a couple on this shot because it was played wide to that fielder at long off. Bit of D. Jones when he plays that shot.
certain Van Rooij's thinking. Hold it full and wide. Again, that was a slower ball. It was up there, beautifully caught a backward point by Louis Berger. So De Lede goes, and the Netherlands lose their 4th wicket and are now in serious trouble.
Really making inroads into the batting. Namibia, bit of width seen, gave it everything, got the outside half of the bat, and that's a good catch. It's very important to time your jump perfectly. He made it look easy, and that was unique about the catch. So Tim De Lede gone for 16. It's 59 for 4.
Well, Luc van Troost comes to the wicket, big tall left-hander. Might be called a wide. Van Troost had a pretty good game so far, bowled very well. 10 overs, 1 for 29. Far, one away from the leader. Mr. Vestergaard from Denmark with 20. Nicely played. The skipper's after it. He might not get there. No, he doesn't. Beautiful timing.
It's a quick outfield, and I must confess I was surprised when the slide came. Didn't quite expect it from him. No damage done. Gets up with a smile. But yes, as you said, Robin, excellent timing. Just a push. Couldn't pull it back.
So that'll alter the field a little bit. Sweeper goes back. The skipper doesn't have to do that all over again.
Kom maar, Obi. Geen drijfte, Nick. Kom aan.
Dion Kotze into the attack. The off-spinner. And that's nicely nursed through the offside.
Yes, bowler, bowler, bowler!
By Klaas van Noordwijk.
But 3 men on the offside inside the circle. Quite unusual for an off-spinner.
Well, there was a stumping miss there. Not the easiest. He got a lot of turn, but beautiful bowling. He's just stitched the right-hander up, and the keeper let him down.
It would have been the classical off-spinner's dismissal. Getting the batsman to drive against the spin, tempting him with the flight. Batsman deceived. As you said, Robin, bit of bounce as well for the wicket-keeper.
The 13th seeds in this competition. That should be put away. He's not going to get 4, just a couple. Murgatroyd is the man doing the tidying up.
Relatively difficult stumping. No for a go.
Just a little bit short and hitting with the turn. He's timed it well, but straight to the man. Again, good arm, Gavin Murgatroyd.
They could push for 2s, but the bowling has been so very accurate. Straight, and Barry as a batsman, you will sure agree with me. Best way to defend is a fast bowler, medium fast, hit the ball between wicket and wicket.
Not like that. That's width, and he's paid the penalty. Exactly what you were talking about. He's straight from the straight and narrow. For Noordwijk, lots of room to play the cut shot. Didn't miss out.
Man, at backward point is Burton Van Rooij. Violent attempt, but really not a chance. Much too wide and put away nicely.
17 balls, 9 runs, all of them to Van Noordwijk. And that's nicely timed. Louis Berger just straying onto leg stump, and that's nicely presented the full face. Didn't try and hit it too hard. And there's a rarity. 3 runs, you don't see that too often in an outfield as quick as this. 80 for 4.
Even they could make mistakes. You should always be pushing for the second run.
In the air and straight past him. Beautifully timed. Nice full face of the bat. He's a strong man. Did it go? It didn't. Very good fielding. Rion Walters hasn't had much to do, but when he's come into play, he saved a boundary.
Rion Walters only made 6 and maybe batted, but I tell you something, he saved another 4 here, so you could add it to 10. That was a very good piece of fielding, athletic even.
23, chasing 196. That's a good shot. Just ran it off the face. Very fast outfield, and he's given it up. Good batting. You don't always have to hit the ball with great power to get a result.
I don't think he's too pleased with that shot, but he's gotten 4, so he should be. Nicely played, finessed even. There's no slip, there's no gully. Since it's an off spinner, there would be no third man. None of these teams will want that. So 98 now required to win this game.
That's got to be gone. And he walks a little bit of turn. He got it on the right line, and he's got the reward. It always looked likely to happen, and that's a big blow for Holland. It really didn't need that. It'd been turning into a nice little partnership, and then this happened.
Well, this ball actually turned quite a lot. You could hear the definite nick, though. The wicketkeeper had no problems taking that advanced score. Namibia get their 5th wicket. And Truce is out for 10. Holland 98 for 5.
J.J. Esmeyer. And a very, very good over. Handy for Namibia. 98 for 5.
Good fielding, but not good enough to stop Jan van Noordwijk getting to his 50, his first of the tournament, as I mentioned just now, and only the 3rd Netherlands player to score a 50 in 10 games. Indicates that batting isn't their real strength, but well played. That run rate's jumped from 6 when... Oh, bowled him out! Off the pads, I think. But nevertheless, the stumps are knocked back.
Well, just look at this. He's just completed his 50, as Gavin Murgatroyd did for Namibia in the first innings. And isn't he, Bjorn Kurtzer, absolutely thrilled. And Noordwijk goes for 50. It's 106 for 6.
2003, if not 14, depending on what month of the year he's born in. Hasn't had a brilliant average in this competition. Not the worst with the bat. He's out there because of this. Pads into the stumps. Irritating way to get out. But that makes no difference to the bowler. He'll be happy.
Just what the captain requires at this stage.
Pulled away on the onside, but will be cut off. And a comfortable 2.
At this stage of the game, when you do get half a ball that's short, must be put away. 2 is just not good enough. Have to find the boundary.
Well, he's gone for it this time, and he's found it. It's into the clubhouse, nearly up on the top of the balcony. That's what the Netherlands need.
Into the clubhouse, almost into the skating ring. A magnificent shot.
It's another slower ball. And offered a catch, but it's gone down. Gone for 4. Walters, the man out on the boundary. Isn't it a great day, the old lad?
This ball off the favour, just kept going with the wind. Rian Walters down there at deep long on. Well, it was a noble effort.
Lenny Lowe has 3 left, bowled 7 for 16. So all the Namibian bowlers have been very tight. Chip that up in the air, it might just be out. Oh, he's put it down. Van Vuren, the man who drops the catch. The big rugby player, they say he's a line-out specialist, but then a rugby ball's a lot bigger than a cricket ball.
Well, at one stage, the man that took 2 early wickets looked as though he was just about to swallow this ball. He decked it instead. Just have a look at this from another angle. Seemed to get into a good position, but his arms, well, fingers were all in the wrong position. And just right in front of the grandstand as well.
Full toss, the fumble caused the second run. And they got there. Six runs off the over so far. This one goes out the ground. Who knows what might happen here? Drives it straight. That's well fielded. J.B. Berger, the man down at long off. So 8 from the over. 135 for 6.
Replacing Burton van Roy at the southern end is Lenny Lowe.
So the Netherlands need 61 more runs to win. Just about 8 3/4 runs per over. The old pro Lenny Lowe comes back into the attack and into the commentary booth. You can call the open air booth a booth. Sanjay Mandraker and Barry Richards to take you through to the end of the game.
This is it, the final 8. It's going to be tight, and it's a big gamble bringing on Lenny Lowe. In fact, it's the final 7. I'm getting decided myself. I still reckon there's a game on here. People saying Namibia have got it wrapped up. A couple of 6s and a couple of 4s. And anything could happen. Who are you backing, Sanjay? That could be out, or it could be 6. A couple of 6s and a couple of 4s, and suddenly the game will change. Real pressure now. Namibia had it all wrapped up. This has been a good little partnership. Came together at 106, down the track, flat, and over the top.
You were right the first time, Barry. That was out of the ground. Good clean hit that. This game is really building up. Just to answer that question about who I think would win, that last match, Scotland versus Namibia, Scottish team was my favorite. So you shouldn't be asking me the question.
And he's really struck this one well as well. The game is definitely on. The pressure getting to the bowlers. captain coach Lenny Lowe trying to get it up there full into the block hole, ended up a full toss. Whack.
He should be really trying to keep it simple, Lenny Lowe.
He's going to be under pressure, the Namibian captain. Who to bowl? He's got a few options. Roy Kotz is the only one who's bowled his 10. Again on the sweep. Oh, well fielded. J.B. Berger cut down a boundary there. It's all building up. 147 for 6. There's no point in rushing in and trying to save the single. Give them the single. What you've got to do is use your men on the edge of the circle. They should be right back on the little discs. You can see they're quite a long way in. They need boundaries, not ones is not going to be enough. It's over 1 run per ball. And he's whacked that away. Murgatroyd's got it covered, but they'll get 2. Not quite timed.
They would do themselves a big favor because still there are 2 fielders inside the 30 yards who are very keen to get close to the bat. Van Vuren, he's been amongst the wickets.
He's out to redeem himself too. He might have got a couple of wickets. And they're just taking a long time. They should have got 2 there. That was very poor cricket all the way around. Not a bad shot. Full toss. And Rian Walters out at deep long on, didn't fancy it at all. He really waited for it. There was plenty of time to get back for 2. I'm not sure whether the injury is costing Roland Lefebvre a little bit of mobility. Again, they're going to put him under pressure this time. And again, he's got the nervous jitters out there. He's got the yips. Just doesn't fancy it at all. Every time it comes to him, he's got no confidence whatsoever. Absolute nightmare in the field he's had.
For a good runner, there's always 2, purely because he goes down on his knees every time. At that distance, once you go down on your knees.
And got inside out. Now, Murgatroyd's not really attacking the ball either. He's not all that confident, but he's done enough to just cut it down to 1. 1 big over. That's all it's going to take from either side. A couple of wickets and it'll be all over. And 1 big over from the Netherlands, and it'll really put the cat amongst the pigeons. And Worm, see how it got away, and it's right back together again. And they're looking to put him under pressure this time for 2, and done it again. It's like a piece of soap there for Rian Walters. I think they're going to have to change him, get him somewhere out of there, get one of their quicker fielders down there. Captains really ought to be moving him. Just 1 or 2 fundamental errors.
Well, as I said, the bowling is fine. It's just the field placements, and the captain seems very reluctant to make changes in the field. He still continues with that man at long on, Rian Walters. He himself is rushing in inside the 30 yards. The fielding is a problem for them. See, the bowling is fine. Bowlers are doing well. Van Roy at the other end also bowling quite well. He's just got to get the right man in the right places, and he himself better stay on the edge of the circle. He's giving away some valuable runs.
Yes, it's put it down to inexperience. They finished 13th, and they've come to this stage. It really has been a real plus for Namibia. They've played well. And that's straight up in the air. Who's going to get this? They're all calling for it. The captain fancies it, and the captain catches it, albeit a little bit low, down by the ankles. No one wanted it. Captain said, I better go for it, and he set the example, and that's the wicket they were looking for.
It's a good thing the man with the big hands went for it. I don't mean the wicket keeper, but the big man is Kilda. And this is a difficult catch, I can assure you. Batsman trying to hoik it on the leg side, gets the leading edge. It's gone high, high up in the air. Look at the time he's got under it. Takes it away from the body, pretty low, but that is a very, very good catch. An important catch. It's gone for 19 Lefebvre, 158 for 7.
big appeal. I think he got an edge to it. We'll have to wait and see. Rion Walters is very ginger chasing it in. No, it was a leg by. Reinhard Scholter is the man. He's not off the mark. So one more run to Holland.
So impressive with his line, Van Roy. Look at that again. Just about the off stump. Hint of swing every time. And has a cool head. It's most impressive.
Charging. He's the key now. Esmeyer, JJ. And that's better fielding. Look at that. JB Berger. No problem with the confidence there. In, watch it into your hands. Throw on the bounce. Definitely only one. To your right. There's one man 10 yards inside the circle. If it goes past him, it'll be 4. Well played.
Get them.
In the end, he's going to pick up 2 for it. And there's Rion Walters again, struggling. It was a real bonus there. It was going so slowly, he managed to pick it up. This is Roland Lefebvre, leading edge, straight up in the air. It went many a mile. Just checking. Captain, well, not the ideal way to catch it, but effective. Well, he's called the wide. A little bit harsh. I think the batsman, he's put his foot down on the side and actually slid down. Perhaps just interesting. Yeah, it's all building up. There's pressure. Both sides are under pressure. Oh, nicely done. We'll have to just wait and see. It would have been 1 anyway. Took the foot out. Really hit him quite heavily on that instep. Luckily, it was more towards the heel, and he's okay.
He's got to expect a few of those because he bowls so straight. The batsman will tend to hit it back straight at him. Got it on the boot, fortunately for him. Or was it the ankle? It's the ankle. He's a strong man.
Did not flinch. Oh, no, a few might have gone down for that. He's back at the end of his mark, charging in. Again, I'll just get the one. It was good bowling, good change of pace. The leg spin. I think he's in some sort of trouble.
3 out 8.
Roy. He's going to blow up very quickly.
There we are again, getting hit, yeah, very much over the boots, so there was no protection.
Beautifully bowled, and now the keepers let them down. So just falling apart a little bit. Telltale signs of a bit of pressure from Namibia. Burton van Rohe is probably the only man who's keeping his cool. 166 for 7. 3 to go. Overs, that is. And that's assuming that there's no wides. There could easily be. They're under pressure. They've come from nowhere, from the clouds, and now they've got a real chance of taking that trophy. Let's hope they don't fall apart. Just keep their cool. 10 and over is a fairly big ask. Beyond Kotzer, and he's going to... Whoa, he might give away a run. In fact, he has. This might be 2 leg bars. And that just shows a little bit of inexperience. There's nothing there. You've got to throw it to the keeper's end. So the pressure.
I think just being a bit too smart here was Kotzer. Just a flick without looking at the stumps. If at all he was going to throw, he could have taken his time.
Well, they know they're going to run. They know they've got to run. And everybody's got to be in position, and people who are going to run to the stumps must know that they've got to do it. They might be on the other side of the play, it might go on the leg side, but the man must get to the stumps.
The Just a reminder, both teams, Namibia and Netherlands, haven't won the ICC trophy ever. It's a big game.
And they're going to put Walters under a little bit of pressure again now. He's Ginger. Misses. I cannot understand why he's still there. They should try and put him in a position where the ball is not going. They're going to bowl straight, so most of the hits are going to be on the leg side, somewhere around there. They're going to pull across tail-end batsmen. They favour the leg side. And this man really hasn't had a good day in the field. And he's in the action again. He's going to be in the action a lot more. This time, misfield again. Luckily, there's somebody cleaning up for him. It's almost getting to the stage where it's embarrassing, and his captain ought to move him. He's a little bit unlucky there. That one bobbled a little bit, but he's got no confidence whatsoever. Those are the hardest hands you'll see.
Well, if not, he has to walk to the captain and tell him the change has got to come.
And you know the most pleased man on the field about that is Rion Walters, because it was going towards him again.
Bowling has been good in the death. They've stuck to their task. Didn't quite catch the relieved face of Walters there, but I can assure it was.
And this will be just a leg bar. Don't panic, boys. Get it back to the keeper. That's the way to do it. 175 for 7. It's not over yet. He's second to last over.
Because both teams have qualified for the World Cup, so they're playing for the trophy. That's it. Van Vuren, 49th over.
And that's well bowled. But look where that man fields it, Danny Kilda. Where are the discs? He's walking. You can see them in the background. Look how far in he is. There's a one anyway. And yet if he's much further back, then he's going to stop the odd boundary. If he's right back on the edge, he doesn't need to walk in at all. Just stay there. And that's what happens. If you're on the edge of the circle, you've got time to do that. Just came to him a little too quickly, couldn't get the hands down. If he'd given himself an extra 10 yards, he might have been okay.
Well, the coach is watching. Lenny Lau is at extra cover. He's on the circle. But it's got to communicate to the captain. 10 balls, 18 runs to win.
And that's straight down the ground. A little bit of nervousness creeping in here. You've got to be fair, though. It's not the best and smoothest of outfields, so you're just worried about the run. So you don't want to be charging in, and then the ball goes straight past you. We've seen one or two awkward bounces. You've got to be fair to both sides. Didn't even lay a hand on that one, but fortunately got the long barrier in. 1-2-2, 3 to go. And that could be runs. Murgatroyd's a bit ginger with it. He's got a good arm. This will be tight. And he couldn't take it. And it might be an extra run. No. All that good throwing from Gavin Murgatroyd. And this time he's left the keeper with too much to do.
He's not quickest in the field, but we've seen enough of his great arm. Again, the throw was quick. The bounce a little awkward for the keeper. But still a decent throw. Murgatroyd, the man, on the deep mid-wicket boundary. 182 for 7.
And he saved a run. And that could be, well, he's given him. Can you believe it? Ran out Sholter. He was racing down the wicket. He still thought there was a run even when he was sent back. And he seemed to amble back. And in the end, he's paid the penalty. Could that be the turning point?
Well, I'll tell you what, had he been on the circle, the batsman would have definitely gone for the single, but he was too close and putting doubts in the striker's mind. Non-striker sent back. Sholter pays the penalty. He's gone for 6, an important wicket. 182 for 8.
Asim Khan with everything to do. age 39. 1 to go in this over. Charge, and he's got it through the offside. Could it be 4? JB Berger's in pursuit, and the misfield, and it's gone for 4. Tension all round. Can you believe that? $50 for Esmeyer, and they've made a real hash of it again. There's been some very ordinary outfielding. We've got to be fair and say it's not the smoothest of outfields, but it's given Holland a little sniff.
Not going to be Van Roy to bowl, but it's going to be Bjorn Kotza to bowl from the Ridley Street end. 50th over, 4 men inside the circle, rest all patrolling the boundary. Here he comes.
10 to get. 9 to get. Don't bowl a no ball, don't bowl a wide. That's what his captain will be praying for. Esmeyer's had a very good game, fielded brilliantly, terrific arm, and it's come down to this 9 or 5. He'll crack. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. It really is. Just hang on to it, lad. Nothing you could do. That was brilliant bowling under pressure.
It's just the fielding, the Namibian fielding, that has kept Netherlands in the game. Again, beautiful bowling there. Right where you want to be in the slog overs, into the block hole. And the long on fielder has been changed at last. Walters not there.
And that's in the air. This could be 4. No, the field is just across. They are charging between the wickets. Asim Khan, not the quickest, 39 years of age. Got it away for 2. They've had a tight one against Scotland, and now here's another tight one. Almost the no ball.
Nearly the waist I full told. That's what I was watching. Nearly, but not. 6 runs to win.
And he's hit it straight down the ground on the bounce. Or could he be run out? Beautifully fielded. JB Berger judged it to perfection. They could not take 2. Good strike from Asim Khan. Well judged. And
crowd also getting into the match now. Everybody behind Kotza now.
Now what's going to happen here? They're charging in, and there it is, the misfield. So we're getting the man who's been in, Esmeyer, all the way through. He's got it all to do off the last delivery. It's come down to this. The RCC trophy rests on 1 ball, presumably, unless it's a wide down the leg side. 3 runs to win. You can't put your men all back on the pavilion. 4 have got to be inside the circle. Don't panic. That's what the captain will be saying, and it'll be hard not to.
The last ICC trophy also that we had in Malaysia was a close one. Bangladesh winning that by 1 run. It's all gone down to the wire in Toronto as well.
Here's the scenario. Leon Walters for the run out. What's he going to do? Which way is he going to go? The bowler doesn't know that. He can go either way. Give himself room on the leg side or go to the offside and flip it down to fine leg. There it is. In this field, this could be 3. This could be... And can you believe that? That's a tie. No, 3. Eddie Holland are just, you cannot believe the scenes here. Holland are just unbelievably happy. 3 runs. It could have been a tight game. The fielder were just distraught when he missed it and then gave away the extra run. If he'd been smart and he'd realised he could have recovered, they would have tied the game. And what Namibia have done now is just unbelievable. When they see that on television again, the Netherlands have won by 2 wickets, a very unlikely result. Rian Walters, who's just had the most desperate day in the field, has just succumbed to the pressure.
He's just a shattered man, Rian Walters. He just strolled back, and his fielders, his colleagues were urging him on to get onto the ball quickly so that important run could have been saved. He could have easily saved a single, but that wasn't the case. Should have given just 2 runs of that last delivery. It would have been a tie and joint winners. It would have been Namibia and Netherlands, but that's not the case here in Toronto. It's Netherlands who've come out winners, and Namibia were there set to make history. Just fallen at the last hurdle.
Unbelievable game. They've come from the clouds. They were the favourites. They should have won easily by rights, but in the end, Namibia had it all over them for most of the game, and then just some poor fielding. I think it was the pressure that got to them in the end, Sanjay. It really was. The Holland supporters are absolutely delighted. They are racing around the field. They've been quiet all day because they thought that they were out of this competition, or they've not out of the competition. They've actually got through to the ICC final, but they thought the trophy was gone. And the net result, with just off the last ball, JJ Esmeyer has got the 3 runs that was required for victory. He ends up 58 not out. Azim Khan was with him at the death. He was 3, 196. And they got the winning runs off the very last ball of the 50 overs. Unbelievable game. Namibia will be shattered. And that's the summary. Came from absolutely nowhere. Van Noordwijk kept him in, but he was very slow. 106 for his 50, but he did do a repair job after they lost a couple of early wickets. And then JJ Esmeyer at the end, and assisted by his captain. Nice little partnership. Lefebvre made 19, but Esmeyer was the man of the moment. 58 or 51, and he's got Holland home.
It wasn't really the bowling that let them down, it was the fielding. Have a look at there. Most of them have got great economy rates, 3.6, 3.5, 3.8, 3.5, 3.6. Durga was expensive with his 2 overs, and Van Vuren was the top wicket taker for them with 3 wickets. So an impressive bowling performance, but just let down by the fielding backup. What an unbelievable finish that was, Barry.
And what a difference a day makes. If you go to the Holland tent, they are just delighted. Look at Rian Walters here. He misfields, and look how long he takes to recover, and look how he just ambles after the ball. There's no intensity at all. Look at him just ambling over the ball. If he'd just gone after it a little bit quicker, he would have saved that extra run. I think the disappointment got to him, but he wasn't paying attention. Then he had a poor throw, which is well wide of the stumps. And look at Azim Khan. He knows. He was on the ball. He had it covered all the time. And as I say, what a difference a day makes. The Namibians are absolutely distraught. Not the best of shots, but the fielding, well, this sums it up.
Well, it was Fan Roy yesterday, the hero. Today, it's going to be Esmeyer. Well, he thought he was lucky enough to get 2, but Azim Khan must have got the shock of his life when he saw the fielder strolling back that way. And what a comfortable 3rd it turned out to be. The 3rd crucial run for their side, which got them the ICC trophy. If it was 2, there would have been 2 teams holding that one. He is ecstatic.
I think he's a little bit more than that. He pulled a full Tufnell there. He really was a very excited. And look at the Holland players. They know. And this was Namibia yesterday, Holland today. And look at the supporters and everybody in their little tent, which has been put around this ground, the Toronto Cricket Club. They're all surrounding their players. They're singing and shouting. The RCC Trophy, Canada 2001. The winners are Holland.
The Walters hand. That's when the trophy went with it.
Smiles all around. Half an hour ago, they were looking pretty glum. And it's all changed. The Netherlands. The orange hats, they're everywhere. They'll just succumb to the pressure. Well, the presentation of the trophies is going to be done by Robin Jackman.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the award ceremony here at this beautiful ground here in Toronto for the ICC Trophy 2001. We've seen an amazing game of cricket. But first, it's my pleasure to introduce you to the men on the podium. And from far left to right, Mr. Malcolm Speed, the Chief Executive of the ICC, Dr. Ali Bakar, the Executive Director of the 2003 Cricket World Cup Committee in South Africa. And next to him, Prince Tunku Imran, Chairman, ICC Associate Members. And finally, Mr. Ahmed Yahya, Marketing Manager of Pepsi Cola here in Canada. We've seen a fantastic game. And welcome, gentlemen. Our first award is that of Man of the Match. Now, the television commentators had to make this award, and it wasn't until the last ball that it was decided upon. And the Man of the Match is the man who we felt won the game for the Netherlands, and that's JJ Eschmeier. JJ, before you go, how are you feeling?
Brilliant. Yeah. Very, very nerve-wracking end, but we made it. And without the support of the boys, I could never have done it.
Isn't that sweet? Tell me, when did you think that you could do it?
When the runs kept on ticking on the scoreboard, we saw that there was only about 11 or 12 from the last over. If you just keep on hanging in the gaps, and they made a few mistakes in the end, quite valuable mistakes, and we actually took the profit out of it, and well, we won in the end. So
you certainly did. Well done, congratulations, and enjoy the World Cup.
Cheers.
I'd now like to call on the captain of Namibia, Dani Kilder, to come forward and receive from Dr. Ali Bakar his invitation to World Cup 2003 in South Africa. Donny, if you would just spare me a moment. Bad luck. Fielding let you down a little at the end.
Yeah, I was saying earlier it might be a combination of inexperience and not being in the situation enough, basically. We've never actually played in a final of this magnitude, so I think it got to us eventually.
I think in fairness to the fielders, it's not the flattest outfield in the world that I've ever seen. Were the boys battling with the ball bobbling around just a little bit?
Yeah, it was, because the outfield is very hard, it bounces, the bounce is very uneven, so at the end of the day it cost us.
Final thoughts on the whole of this tournament?
Well, I think it was obviously a brilliant tournament for us, but it was brilliantly organised as well. And I'd like to thank the Canadian Cricket Association for staging such a wonderful event. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Now, the next fella up here has been in 3 finals. And it might have looked, for a while, as if he was going to play 3, lose 3, but he didn't. Our champions, ICC Trophy 2001, Netherlands, and their captain, Roland Lefebvre. He will receive the trophy from Malcolm Speed. And also, please accept your invitation from Dr. Ali Bakar to World Cup 2003 in South Africa.
Thank you.
Get up here. It was nearly 3-0, wasn't it?
Of course, I'm a very happy man, Robin. So now we played extremely well throughout the tournament. I think today was probably one of the toughest. We needed something special, and JJ gave us something special. But full credit to the whole squad, who have worked very hard, extremely hard, have been very, very consistent, and you know, my great thanks to them.
Did you think you'd lost it at one stage?
I think, you know, we were struggling with the run rate a little bit. You know, you need partnerships at that stage. I think the wicket again played quite hard towards the end. Quite incredible turn, and it was very hard to find runs. But again, you know, you need somebody who hits through the line and hits over the top, and we managed to string a few partnerships together, and that brought us the championship.
Okay, he's 38 years old now. Are you going to be going to the World Cup with this lot?
I'm not going to retire yet. No, you know, it will be a fantastic way to bow out of the game. You know, I had a fantastic career so far, but you know, one more big tournament, I think I can handle. The body can handle that.
Okay, good luck when you get there.
Thank you very much, Robin.
And well played. Well played, the Netherlands. Champions for 2001. Congratulations to Toronto, to the Canadian Cricket Association for organising and running such an outstanding tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, our thanks to those on the podium. That concludes the award ceremony.
But final match summary then, all celebrations for the Holland team, and it's good night from Toronto.